Hey everybody, Mike Steele here with Barbecue Champs Academy live in the house tonight. We got a great show lined up for you. We got these two knuckleheads over here, Mr. Lee Hickle and Mr. Aaron Leslie, who's out kicking butt and taking names. Had another great cook this past weekend, and man, we got producer Wes with us tonight. So Mr. Wes Garrett, and man, we're looking forward to having him on. We're going to have a nice discussion about some things that are going on in barbecue, and I think we need to bring awareness to some of this stuff sometimes when it's happening. So it's going to be a good show. Wes is a great guy and an unbelievable cook, and he's had a pretty damn good year, and he would have had a lot better year if he had been in a little bit better situations with some of the scoring stuff that's kind of kicking around that leaves you kind of scratching your head, making you go, huh. So anyway, let's talk real quick, Mr. Aaron Leslie. Dude, what's up with you, man? You finally learned how to cook again, I see, man. You've been tearing it up.
Man, you just hit the right spots at the right time, and it just flavors come together just like they're supposed to, and it's kind of nice.
Yeah, you've been doing pretty good. How was that weekend this weekend? I know you had a couple good calls.
Yeah, I had a first brisket, first pork, and then ended up with I think a ninth rib, and then I think it was a fourth chicken. So
that's pretty solid.
Chicken's where everything was good where it needed to be. It's just a tough crowd, and it was a good time, though. I mean, it's Fredericksburg, and that cook-off's always been kind of small, but this time here they made qualification, they made sanctioning, and had 26, 2017s, and I got a little horse track action in the back. So it was good. But no, man, I tell you, you work hard, you think about it, you slow down, you stay close, you just concentrate. And just things come together when they're supposed to, and it's kind of a nice day. So
that works good.
Did the floods affect Fredericksburg, or do they get relief from that?
Sir?
Did the floods affect Fredericksburg, or do they kind of got missed?
No, sir. No, sir. Okay. It's just, everything hit. The river doesn't run through there, so all the rain, they might have got some rain, but I don't think they had any kind of damaging.
No flooding there.
Good.
Kerrville's about 20 miles south of there, so that's where that river runs through. So, man, we got some folks coming in. Emily, thank you for being here. Samuel.
Nicho, what's up,
Yeah, we got Mr. Matt, Mr. John, Mr. Joe. Man, Buffalo, New York. Damn, man, alive. All right. Where's our boy? Where's Luke at from Australia, man? I've got to ping that dude. He's usually on here all the time. I ain't seen Luke in forever. So let's see. Yeah. Wes, did you get your trailer clean? Yeah, we're gonna find out. I got a feeling we're gonna find out a lot of stuff that's going on with all that. Yeah. So anyway, but what you cooking this weekend, Aaron? You going to be out again?
I don't know. We stay close. My mom's been going with me. She's been hanging out with me and stuff, and we may just stay close to home this time. She's got a little family reunion she's going to. So if I do anything, I may run up to Mesa. It's close.
Okay.
Maybe cook there, but if not, I'll just stay home and do some piddling, some chores.
There you go.
Nice.
That's going to be awesome. Yep. I don't have nothing. My next cook-off's in Bunkie, Louisiana. So me and Lee Hickle will be down there having a good time. Don't worry, Lee. It's going to be another butt whooping for you, brother. I'm just telling you right now. It's coming.
When is that one?
August 16th.
15th, 16th.
15th, 16th, whatever that weekend is. So anyway,
I got a pickup, just fill a diesel.
There you go.
I don't know where Bunkie, Louisiana is, but
out in the middle of nothing. That's where it is. So in the middle of nothing. It is a big RV park with 5 massive swimming pools that somebody got fixed for them a couple years ago.
Yeah, that's right.
My gosh, some things were disaster. They're perfect now. So
it's a smaller Lost Lagoon in Louisiana. Let's put it that way, like an Ocampo.
Same.
Very nice.
Yep, it's nice. All right, man, we got 27,000 folks on here, man. I think it's about time to get started. We got Mr. Dirk in the house. We got Mr. Mark in the house. So who else we got? Mr. Kyle Blanchard down in South Louisiana. Kyle, good seeing you, brother. And real quick, man, we want to give a shout out to our wonderful sponsors, Mr. David Gunnar Wilhelm. Once again, I know we've been keeping him in our prayers for some time. David's battling some stage 4 cancer. I know we would appreciate your prayers. Our good folks at B&B Charcoal, man, keeps your fire lit, baby. That's some good stuff. Love it. And I certainly appreciate those guys, Miss Gail with Daigle's Barbecue Sauces and Glazes. And once again, if you are needing pork butts, can't emphasize it enough. Raider Red Meats, talk to Kirsten. She's the manager, and tell her what you're looking for. She will hook you up and tell her that we sent you, and she will make sure that she will get you the exact stuff that you're needing. They got Prairie Fresh Prime ribs and pork butts. Man, I tell you what, without further ado, it's time to bring on the man, the myth, the legend. Everybody wants to be like, but we can't ever be like. I think his name is Wes, and it's not West. So
it's not Wes Garrett.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, brother, how you doing? Piggly Incorrect Barbecues.
That's it. Piglet. Some people call us Piccadilly.
Piccadilly.
It's our real name. They can't get my first name right or our team name.
So let's hear it. I'm assuming it's politically incorrect.
It's piglitically.
Piglitically incorrect. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Cool, man.
Okay.
How you been doing, Wes?
Man, I'm been doing well, man. Was hoping to do a hell of a lot better after this weekend, but doing much better now that I'm on here. I think that's episode 4,000, and I just got on here. Reluctantly got brought on. You can tell how deep he went into to get me on here. I think there were 7 people that canceled before we got.
Oh no! You know what? It was one of them deals. I'm one of them guys. I'm trolling the last minute on Sunday. Like, okay, who had a good weekend? What do we got? Some hot topics on, seeing and everything. And I was reading your post, and I was like, oh. It's Wes. I mean, this is the one right here. And I know you've been busy helping Chicken Fried over there and stuff. And man, I was like, I don't want to bother this guy too dadgum much. I've been wanting to have you on for quite some time, but man, we got you now, and we're probably going to keep bringing you back. So
right.
That's it.
Regardless, if it's good, bad, or indifferent, we're going to talk about it. Look, I could piss some people off, the best of them.
Oh yeah,
get it like it is, man.
Again,
if you don't like it, exactly.
Again,
yeah.
You can unfollow or delete me at will.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Pit Life Barbecue Podcast. I've been waiting for this all day, Wes. I got my popcorn ready. Yeah, baby. All right. So let's kind of dive into this a little bit. I mean, you've been on the comp scene a pretty good while, and you've definitely got a pretty dang good record. Tell us what's been going on this year. I mean, seems like I'm seeing you cook quite a bit this year, and you've had some really good close calls a couple times, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. But what's been going on, and where are you out of? I mean, you're up around the Tennessee area?
No, I just stay in Tennessee a lot, man. I like it. So I'm actually in Central Mississippi.
Central Mississippi.
So
yeah, okay.
You go to Jackson. You ride through there, you get mugged. If you go east, where you go, that's where I live.
Okay. Yeah, he's not lying about that. You go through Jackson, you better have the windows rolled up and the flat jack on, baby, because that place is bad to the bone.
I told all of my friends that come through, and I told Bill Purvis, I said, don't even slow down. They'll take the tires off under 35 miles.
That's it. That's it.
There's no doubt. You don't have to stop, brother. They can get them off.
Wow.
But no, I started in 16, and I really started 17. 16, I just did just like a basic non-sanction event. Got some calls, got the hook. The next year I did it, we won it, and then from there it's been about a $300,000 call. And I'm probably being really low on that. So
right.
Started looking, I've really never done more than about 10 to 12. 2 years ago, I think I did 15. Last year, I did 17. And this year, we're going to try to do about 20 to 25.
Wow.
All right.
You guys all know how it is. Look, y'all.
Yeah.
You guys are, at the top of your game. When you start seeing your name up there in the points, you're like, whoa, I like this.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go get a loan and do this another 2 weekends.
Right. Yeah, that's it.
So, yeah, we've been doing it and enjoyed it. But like this year, we've had some good success. And we started the year off very rough. And I'm telling you, it couldn't have been any worse. And I made some changes, wanted to run those changes, give it some chance. It didn't. I ended up getting rid of my old hickory pit. Not that it wasn't great. I just wanted to get more into that traditional offset. So bit the bullet, went and got an outlaw. I guess you can say one of my good friends, Jordan Kirkpatrick, with a janky leg. He called me up one day. I know he don't mind me telling. He goes, "Hey man, get off that effing restaurant smoker and go get a real competition pit." And I was like, man, I was trying to fight it with it. I was like, yeah, I guess I need to. So
what was you cooking on, and what did you go to?
I was cooking on an Ace MM Old Hickory. So it was really a CTO with no gas assist.
Okay.
And it's done well on it. But, it was one of those that it had to go perfect. For me to get a good cook on there, I couldn't do it. It had to go perfect. If there was a mess up, it was done for the comp. I couldn't push it really hard. I just
Right.
So.
And what are you cooking on now?
I jumped over to a outlaw.
Outlaws. Okay, offset. Okay.
And the moment we jumped to an outlaw, we went on a 7-hook straight, just killing it. And
wow.
$6.99 or higher, and I'm proud to say that. I mean, it's not like we were the best in the company. We were very consistent.
Right.
You could not get any closer to winning contests without winning them I would have a 707 fourth place.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Yes.
Dang.
And matter of fact, I think I'm off. It was a 708 fourth place. And I'm
Come on. You got to be kidding.
Places, we're even talking about this weekend, we're sitting up there and man, we're getting the calls and I'm as superstitious as anybody you guys will ever know. I mean, like at a fault. It's really weird.
Right.
We're getting calls and it's starting to roll. And I'm sitting here thinking, man, we're getting into our power where we really thought we killed it. We just won this thing. I've got people behind me telling me, you won it. And we ended up falling into what we did. And, when it goes through there, we still thought we had a chance at winning it. And we get called for 7.
Right.
And you hear people behind going, oh, he must have really should bet on brisket. And we did.
Yeah.
So it's just eluded me, man. It has eluded me.
Right.
So.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's really weird. I mean, changing smokers can have a big effect. I've been screaming at Lee Hickle for, I don't know, the last 3.5 years, get off the vault and get back to your deadgum, your freaking stick burner and get on that offset. And I said, it's going to make a huge difference because he did. Here was the problem. His first competition he went to with it, he did really well. Yeah. And after that, he crapped the bed for the next 20 competitions after that. I was like, get off that cooker. It's just not what you need, I mean, get your freaking Magnum out. He was cooking on a sniper, and I was like, come on, man. And so finally, after 5,473 conversations with him, I said, what are you doing? He said, I'm taking the vault out, and I'm putting my sniper in. I was like, heck yeah. So, but...
what were you cooking on when you were killing it, when you made that KCBS run? What were you on?
Yeah, the sniper, the Magnum. Yeah.
Okay, let me be the first to tell you, you are a true dumbass to move away from that.
Yeah, amen. See, hey, Lee, 5,499 now. So Wes threw his hat in the mix as well. So
yeah,
dumbass. There you go. That's it. That's for you, Hickle. So, oh gosh. Yeah, but okay. So big change. You got off of it, and what do you run in that? I mean, there's a lot of people. I mean, I know a lot of people will run just straight a lump with some splits. Some people they'll start it and just steadily feeding it with splits. What have you found that works pretty good for KCBS and your flavor profile?
So I've got to keep bringing Jordan up because he's helped me out a good bit. He likes to burn a really hot fire. I mean, this guy starts with like a bag of charcoal. I think literally like 9 splits. I am OCD as hell and superstitious. Man, it's a curse. I mean, I'm a mess. I don't want to burn the powder coating off mine, so I start with about a quarter of a bag of charcoal and like 2 splits, and I'll baby this thing. And I'm really just putting in a split about every 30 minutes.
Just kind of keeping it going. Okay.
I have needles up at 300, and I'm good to go. So and it's done well for me.
Paint was just so you could buy it. Paint was just so you could buy it.
Yeah.
Paint wasn't meant to stay on it.
Yeah, Wes. If you ever take a look at Aaron Leslie's drum, it has nothing on it. It's rust and all. I mean, it's kind of turquoise on the outside, like in areas, and the rest of it is just rust. So, and I don't know if the turquoise. I really think the turquoise was blue or something, and it turned turquoise. Is the only thing that I can think of. So.
Aaron may call it patina, but it's damn rust where he burned all the paint off on it. So don't let him fool you.
Afternoon, right? Am I correct on that?
Say that again.
It only lasted like an afternoon. Like one guy, he shows up, the paint completely burned off. He's like, "Yep, there we go."
That's it. And see, I guess some people's, here's some people's philosophy, right? Let's just get it out. If I just go ahead and screw it up and burn it right off the get-go, I don't have to worry about it no more. A buddy of mine that I used to drag race with, he was one of the guys that owned the car with me, and he's on a construction company, right? And I mean, every year he'd go off, he'd buy 2 brand new freaking Dodge Dualies, immaculate, nice trucks, wasn't just a cheap model, had a pretty nice truck. Freaking 3 weeks later, he'd come and the damn truck looked like it was beat to hell and back. So he said, you know what? The next time I buy one, I'm just going to take a freaking 5-pound hammer and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to just beat the ever-loving crap out of it. So I figure, like, if anybody's going to screw this damn thing up, it's going to be me. So Aaron's philosophy is just burn all the paint off of it, break the needle where it's hanging straight down, and you don't have to worry about it no more. So
my first commercial offset was a JP because I couldn't wait long enough for Jamie to build one. So I bought a JP, drove to Kansas, picked it up, came back. First comp, torched the paint off the firebox, torched it off the chamber where the firebox comes up and goes over the chamber. I was in there doing my ribs, and I smelled paint. I was like, I look out there, and it's bubbling. It's just bubbling. I was like, oh well, GC the contest, and wham! I just turned around. I just lit the fire in, and I just let it go. I think I ran at 4 and a quarter. And I said, the paint's done. You might as well just go ahead and get it over with. The crying's already happened. So
it's done. Wow. What a show. Hey, guys, if anybody's got any questions tonight for any of us or Wes, just let us know, and man, we'd be glad to to get some questions.
Jess, this year at the American Royal, how did you do? You walked a few times, didn't you?
Did you say Jess or Wes?
Oh, hold on. Well, I've got you right here as Jess. So Jess. Yeah.
Well, look. Let's don't talk about the royal brisket. Okay. Let's just leave the royal.
About the second day brisket. Bring up the first.
Yeah. We don't talk about the first day brisket because I got that score sheet and I was like, okay, there I am, and I was like, I was just going through and I got to the end of it. I was like, what the heck? What in the heck happened there?
Let me tell you how I found it. So we all have a group of us to go over to, God, I can't remember the name of the restaurant. You guys, it's right across the street. It's like they pretty much serve everything. Seems like every team goes to it.
So yeah.
We get the awards, the results over there. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, man, this was pretty decent and this was good. Why am I down here? And I go to find the brisket, and I go to scroll. and look, I'm not one of those guys. I act like I'm the I mean, we're blessed to be decent cooks, but we're not the best. But I go to scroll, and I'm like, oh, and I'm halfway. Let me go back up. I missed it. And I go back, and I said, oh, and I got to go a little further. And I'm still like, God, I'm missing myself. So I finally said, let me start at the bottom and go. I go to the bottom, and there she was staring at me. And I didn't eat anything else the rest of the day. And somebody said, what's wrong? And there was about 3 people at the table that already knew it, and they were white as a ghost looking at me.
Waiting for the fallout.
I said, I hate this damn sport. I hate it so bad.
I mean, how did
talking to me like I lost a family? They're like, hey, you keep your head up. You understand?
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's barbecue, guys.
Hey, Wes, when you're dead ass last, I'm talking about 169 teams and 169th brisket, buddy. Let me tell you what, there's nowhere to go from that place but up. So, I mean,
because if I was 500th the next day, I was going to go on a shooting spree and just wear everybody out. I'd have been on the news. So, but here's the funny thing about this. Texas or Team Chupacabra was on that table, and they were only a few spots ahead of me. And I know they're good brisket cooks. So we can go to the next day, and that brisket that was the funny part about it, is somebody came up to me and go, "What are you going to do different?" I said, "Bro, the way we do this, that hay is in the barn. It's in check this rub. I'm going to roll everything else." I was like, "There's nothing I can do besides steal 6 spots."
Gosh. Oh, my gosh.
The next day, as you know what happened,
right?
There was 2 or 3 people on the same table. We ended up on the same table, and we all went from the bottom to the top because Team Chupacabra wins brisket.
Right.
We 180 with a brisket we didn't think was even in the ballpark the first day. So maybe after all of this, I don't know what a good brisket is. Fuck, maybe it's me.
Wow.
So we just went crazy, and everybody around us were just laughing. We're like, we thought we'd be middle of the pack to the bottom with this one, and here we are with 180, a brisket. And we still came in 6th with a 180. We're like, good Lord.
That's crazy.
Same recipe.
Same recipe.
Right? Yeah.
Dead last, 6th place. Perfect 180. Dead last score day 2. Not against 169 teams, against 505 or 469 teams.
Absolutely.
Wow.
So when people talk about that, hey man, just cook what you cook. You can go from last to first. We all say that, but it really happened today.
Yeah.
At the biggest competition on the stage. The biggest stage in the world.
Oh my gosh. So let me ask you a question. I can only imagine. So how much crap did you get after that going to the next competitions?
Hey, Bill wouldn't even talk to me that night. They literally, I walked over there. It was like I had leprosy. They were like, "Yeah, we'll call you. Go back to your trailer, and we'll text you." They didn't talk to me. I was like, I get it, guys." If I could have gotten out, I would have probably left that night.
Wow. Wow, the thing is, he writes his 9s upside. Oh my gosh, I was told by a judge in Weiss, Virginia, that Wes has the best barbecue he ever had. The thing is, he writes his 9s upside.
That was a good one.
Gosh. Woo! Oh my gosh, love it. All right, so let's talk a little bit about, because here's the thing, and I wanted to bring that up to kind of lead into this, right? Here we go. You're dead last. Day 1, 169 teams, and day 2, 480 something teams. 6th overall, the perfect 180 brisket, right? And you're just like, what the heck judges did we get on that table, right? So I know you've been having some of those same issues going along for the last, I don't know, looks like month and a half, where you're turning in some great boxes, and you have one freaking table that screws the pooch and decides that they want to give everybody 9 7s and 6s, and it's cost you $2 or $3 grand champions. I would say at least that, because of how well you did in the other meets. And you kind of was a little vocal about it today, or it was yesterday. Not just bringing attention to it, right? And I think sometimes we have to bring attention to this kind of stuff, because as cooks, it would be great to have the mindset of a judge come in and say, okay, what could I have done different here? Sure. All these other judges gave me this, 999s, 999s, but you decided to give me a 976. Like, how am I supposed to overcome that? And what can we do to correct this? I don't know if it's, judging schools. I don't know. I know that I'd like to hear some of the things.
Get rid of that chip draw and do something else. What do you think?
So what would Wes like to see? I know that we've been kind of a little outspoken about it in a very nice way, because you got to bring attention to it. I know you had told me earlier that you had kind of talked with some of the KCBS folks. So what was your resolution, and what do you think could happen from here, Wes?
Well, man, probably 3 different entry points on this I can come at. Let me just first say this. Uh, I made that post because this is a very, very expensive hobby. And I mean,
Yeah.
it's, we could be doing something. We could have bought many boats and sit on the lake and had fun and just not done this. When you go to this and you've got some of your elite teams and they're winning every weekend, you can have these things happen. Look, we're not an elite team. We know our role. We're working to get there. It's going to take some time, but we need some of that. I don't want to call it luck. We just don't need to be screwed over by a table of death, a table of ages. But here's
Yep.
what I want to say. KCBS, after that post went out, I talked with the KCBS president. I talked with several other people on the board. They care. Let me just make that clear. And I was going to
Yeah.
put another post today, but I knew we'd be on the show. They give a damn, and they're trying to fix it. And we talked about some things that they're trying to do that I don't want to let the cat out of the bag. But there are
Right.
some programs that they're about to set out that they're just trying to get it to where, Lee, you made a great point, where you don't have the table that just kills you. You mentioned something earlier about that, or you're saying something about a bad
Mm-hmm.
table or a chip draw. I wish we would get back to the table assignments. And, you've got people that'll fight me on that and say, well, they don't do anything and that just slows things down. Look, I'm an adamant proponent of when we get to where we assign table averages, you don't have the peaks and valleys that you have now.
Yep.
Right now, you get a chip draw and you're going to show up and you're playing probably 4 games within a game. So you not only have to worry about when you drop that box down where it goes, you got to worry about which table it goes to, where it lines up on that table as well. Because if you go behind somebody that's does this or they have something very hot or what just whatever. I want to get on it to where that we can line these things up the best we can. You're not going to make it perfect. It's never going to be perfect no matter what we
Right.
do.
Right.
But we've got to take some of these judges that have, averages in the 28s, the 29s, the 30s, and mix them up, and everybody gets a little taste of it. But I tell everybody, it is fair right now because I'm just as I have just as good a chance, or you guys have just as good a chance to get on that table as I do. It just seems that really I've ended up on that table more than most. But if we can just eliminate that, but I feel like if we would just go to table averages, we would really kind of get away from that. And we had that and you guys helped me. We had that for what, about 2 months? Didn't we do it for a few months
Right.
and they just went away from it?
Yep. They
Yep.
And
sure
it was
did.
all. And I know it
It
was a pain in
works.
the ass, and I want reps, I want organizers, and I want the board to understand. I get that it takes longer. But
Right.
here's the deal that I'm going to say, and I'm going to look in the
It's
camera and
fair.
say, you better make this to where it may have to take longer and you may have to be upset about it. But we are losing teams in contests faster than we can add them.
Yep.
And we are trying to worry about how to get 25 teams at contest. And before you know it, if we don't fix this, we're not going to have a KCBS like we had 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm saying is fix it
Right.
and fix it fast, or
Yeah.
people are going to spend their disposable income somewhere else.
Yeah, you're 100% right. And I'm going to bring up something you really good. It's like they're trying to rush everything, rush to get it through, get everything done, blah blah blah. That's all great and Jim Dandy for them to get in, get a contest expedient through, and all that stuff. But it's screwing over the cook that's got $1,500, $2,000 going to a cook, because I can imagine what you're spending in travel. You got to be spending at least $1,500 probably going to a cook, probably minimum. It's not fair to the cook to have to. You're going there to bring your best, right? You're going there to do your absolute best. You've done put all the time, like you said. I done spent $300,000 in 10 years to go compete in barbecue competitions, right? We probably all have. Sure. And at the same time, all they're worried about is how fast we can rush to get it done. How about we go, look, these guys they've driven several hours, a lot of them, to get here. They've spent over $1,500 minimum to get here. Why don't we take the time to really set up an organization to where, so what, it takes an extra hour longer to do the whole process? And I don't even think it would take that long, but let's just say it does. Who cares? If it means better judging for the cooks, That's going to make the cooks happy. That's going to make everybody where it's more fair. And that's going to make it where it's going to grow the sport. Because if you're just trying to rush it to get the heck out the door, that's not going to grow the sport.
No, what you just said was gospel. And I understand it's a pain point in these guys. But again, I do want to keep reiterating the board we have now, the president we have now, they do give a damn, and they're trying to fix it. They can only fix it as fast as they can.
Right.
Some of the conversations I had, I don't want to get too in depth in it because I don't know if it needs to be out there just yet. But they care, and they're trying to fix that. So, board, if you're listening to me, I know you care. You're trying to fix it, but please make it a little faster because there's people saying, "I'm going to take some time off." I know of 5 teams right now that have they semi-retired, and they're just going to wait and see if some things get fixed.
Yeah.
That's not good.
No.
Right. So, hey, Wes, when I was cooking the East Coast tour, I guess you can fact check me. You would know what I'm going to say. So they did start that computerized program to make it a fair seating table. That way the lows and the highs sat on one table. They ran that for months. But my understanding, and you can correct me if you want, if I'm wrong, that some of the head judges weren't very computer savvy and they didn't know how to work the computers with that program. So they did away with that. Is that why it went away?
From what I heard, and God, this is going to create a crap storm, but I was told there's just a few people out on the board that just didn't want to do that. They said it just took too long, and they just didn't see any difference between the chip draw and this. And
got it.
To me, it when they had the seeding program, it just leveled out. Now their best are still going to win. We're not trying to shuffle the cards here. It's like, hey, you're going to bring the worst up to the front. No, your cream of the crop is still going to ride, but you're not going to go from a 706 to down to a 640. You know, overall, you're going to have just your average stuff. The best barbecue still wins. Yep. But even if it's a pain in the butt, guys, all I'm saying is you owe it to the teams. 100%. And I made that post, and I'm gonna get on my soapbox here just a little bit because I've heard so many people in the last 2 to 3 years tell me, well, let's not upset the judges when you guys put this stuff on Facebook. And I've always been reluctant because I've heard this. We don't need to upset the judges. We don't need to upset the refs. Well, listen, you can get more reps. This is going to piss some people off. And judges, I love 99% of these judges out there. They do a just great job. But we can get judges off the street like CBA. But there's one entity you cannot have a barbecue contest with. Do you guys know what that is?
Cooks. Yeah.
If you run them off, nobody has no playground to go to.
That's right. It all folds.
There's not a lot of guys that are KCBS savvy. And you have mentioned the chip draw 3 or 4 or 5 times. Can you explain to these guys that don't cook KCBS and more in the Texas barbecue scene or whatever, explain them what that chip draw really means?
Yeah, good question.
But also mention that in KCBS, all 6 judges stay on the same table, same seat. They judge all 4 meats. They don't flip flop around. They eat the same spot, same table every time. So just make that note. So they're not mixing things up.
Yeah, answer.
They basically get seated, and I'm sorry, Mike, they basically get seated as and somebody jump on here just to make sure. I wish Eric Cantrell was on here. He could tell you.
I bet Eric's listening. He'll jump in here in a minute.
Yeah, he should be.
Jordan will straighten us out.
Somebody, and by the way, if you guys are listening, y'all please go to Kirkpatrick Motorsports and buy a car. That guy is suffering right now. He needs all the help he can get. I think he's about to sell the house. He's under right now. So I'm messing with him. I told him it was early. But the
he's running out of duct tape.
They basically come in, Aaron, and I mean, they grab a chip, and it tells them which team to go to, and it's just luck of the draw. And you may have 6 of the highest scoring judges on one table, and you may have 6 just random people over here that their highest is let's just say it's a 967. And they're all on one table. So if you end up on that table, we all know you guys can cook great, but you're not going to do well that day because you ended up on that table.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. David just posted, KCBS is here to ensure integrity of the contest, but some reps doing their own thing doesn't fall into that standard.
he makes a point.
That's a good point.
It
It really is. Yeah. Yeah, 100% motor. Yeah. Kirkpatrick Motors even delivers. There you go. I love it.
We get one car sold before this show's over.
Yeah, just anything that he's got. Throw up the website, Jordan. Let us go shop.
He'll do it.
Different reps
just came in here, and he's one of the better. There's a lot of great reps, but this guy cares. I mean, judges. This guy cares. I mean, he's fair. If I got a 967 for Blake, I know that was a 967. But he's not going out there with a pocket full of 967 just saying,
right.
Hey, a good barbecue, 967, 978. He's being very fair.
Judging it fair. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. That's helping my kids and myself. That's crazy. Yeah. I just.
That's a lot of bowls of candy there, Jordan.
Yeah. That's for sure. Let's see what Ace has to say. I will say that they do their best to not put too many judges at the same table. They try to make sure they are experienced judges with new judges. I've judged. So
really? Even with the
he's telling the truth, but that is if that rep decides to do that. That's not a mandatory. Now, one of the things I'm going to say that I talked about, and I hope not to let the cat out of the bag, is that there is a pilot program to basically make sure that those either newer ones, and I could be a little off, the newer ones or maybe the lower score ones are dispersed evenly. And forgive me, board, if I got that, but they are looking at some things that make that better.
Right.
And that's music to my ears. But
right.
I still think if we went to an average or something, we can say, hey, let's spread it out a little better. Would you guys not feel, if I told you we're going to do just, man, it's just going to be random and just best wins, and you got to hope you hit the right tables, or we're going to make this to where we feel this is fair for everybody. To me, the best team wins right there.
Right.
Right.
Yep. I agree. I think you're exactly right. So, I mean, it's just terrible to get caught on a death table. I mean, I wish there was something they could do to eliminate that. Because it's just not fair. You put in a lot of, like I said, $1,500, $2,000 to go to a competition. You do everything. You're proud of the food you put in the box. Any other day that's gonna score very well, and then all of a sudden you get a 976. It's like, really? I mean, what was the judge thinking? So
did they give you a comment card, Wes?
Yeah. You had to bring that up, didn't you? So he wasn't going to let that pass. So, yeah, we come back, and just to talk about this and what really got me upset and really made me like, you know what? I was going to give it an extra day not to say anything, but then I thought about it, and I was sitting there going, man, I felt like we had that one in the bag, and we just got ran over. And that's not to take away from the 6 people in front of us that did a great job as well. We did what we did. But I won't say names, but I had 3 other very respected cooks. One of them was one of my better friends. He comes up to me smiling. He goes, hey, I bet you landed on this particular table. And I can tell you what you got. And I'm even going to tell you what your comment card said before you showed me. I had not looked at my top sheet. I had looked at it really intently other than when I just saw the 26th on brisket. And I was like, no. He read everything to me right there. And we looked at all 4 of our comment cards, and it looked like they were in a printer and just copied, cut, and sent out. And again, that's no one's fault. Like that to me, I'm not putting that on the organizer at this contest is one of the best I've ever been around. Greg Cross, the rep we liked. Man, they can't catch everything. So I'm not saying it. This was just a judge that just came there and like, and we know what we're going to give. Those are the things that we've got to get rid of. Now, granted, that person may never cook it, may never judge again, and I hope they don't. But we got to get those out. Like if they were to judge again and do that type of stuff at another contest, regardless if we're there, that's not fair to that team. They need to be re-educated. They need to be something, but they can't go ruin any more weekends.
Yeah, right. That's true. That's true. Let's see what does.
I need y'all to get them tables right so I have a chance of beating Jordan one day. Because every time I go up against him, I always get a bad table, and he gets a good table. I never see him get a bad table.
Yeah.
I don't think he ever hit even the
Just kidding, Jordan.
the table of death. He makes some angel tables, man. He's
Right.
unreal. But he's right. Now I want to read what he just said, Jordan. I think you came in late. I've always said that it's all fair because before we hit that table, before we lay our box down, it is as fair as it can be. Now I say that jokingly until I get ramrodded like I did that. I'm like, no, we got to fix this.
Yeah.
But we really do need it.
Right.
We need to make this to where it's just more fair and balanced across the board.
Right.
Doesn't mean
Right.
you're not going to get bad scores, but if you got them, you know that you probably deserved it, and you didn't just get it because of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You think that judge went home with the you think that judge went home with the ice chest full of meat?
That judge went home and ate a 967 sandwich. And probably froze it and gave some to their friends.
Right. Yeah. Who loved it? Who loved it? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
By
Jason's.
the way, you got some great comments with some you
Yeah.
got some people in here that do repping or on the side and they know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Man, you got some good comments tonight.
Yeah, yeah. The number one cause of low score is a lack of understanding of the scale. They think 7 is decent score when it's barely above average. Yeah, that's
You can't
that's
survive
true.
it. You can't survive an
you
average
can't- you-
score.
Yeah,
No way. You're done.
You get 2 7s, you might as well pack up and try to beat the
Yeah.
crowd.
yeah, yeah. You're
Right.
right.
And that's the
Yeah.
honest God truth.
Yeah,
And
let's
it
see.
is worded, and I think they're trying to fix that as well. But overall, we got some good judges out there. We just have to, even the ones that we need, we've just got to disperse them correctly. And again, I want to keep reiterating, they're working on it.
Good, good.
Good.
Hey, Aaron, I got a question for you. In CBA, I know we don't get a number, which I really like. It is,
Words.
what's the words? It's good.
Excellent, excellent, good, fair. I'd have to, man. I'm top of my head right
Come
now. I have
on.
to go back
I
and
can't.
do it. Oh, come
So-
on, man.
Come on, Aaron.
Because he only sees excellent scores. Like, that's why I don't know what's below excellent.
I don't.
It's good.
Excellent.
It's good. Very.
fair and bad, and then very,
It's-
very excellent. Good,
It's
very
fair.
bad.
I think it's somebody knows in the I think it's fair, good, very good, and excellent. I believe that's what it is. Fair, good, very good, and
I
excellent.
got a score sheet over there. I can go grab it. Real quick.
And if somebody's in the comments that's cooks CBA, drop it in the chat. I think it's fair, good, very good, and excellent. But see, it's only four numbers. KCBS has got what is it 6 now? 6, 7, 8, 9.
They used to have like 8, and
Right.
now they've dropped some.
But is it still 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9?
Yeah, it's well, I don't think they have a 4. I think it goes down to a
Six-
6 and maybe
six.
a 2.
Oh, it goes that low?
No, they don't have like a 5, 4, 3.
Okay, but it's 6, 7, 8, and 9 is what you can score in KCBS. Okay.
All right. So here we go. We have an excellent.
Blake, if fill us in.
Okay, excellent.
So we have a 10 through a 7. We have excellent, good, fair, and poor.
Okay. And see, when you start to get poor, I doubt there's a whole lot of pours unless if it's just something god awful, right? So
That's a 7 for us.
yeah, that's a 7.
Wes's brisket must be a pour.
It's poor,
Right.
yeah, because he got a 7, yeah. So
And that's crazy.
what about Hannah's? Okay, what about Hannah's cheesecake? What happened to it?
Well, look, we had, in the start of the show, I told you how damn superstitious I am.
Right.
Me and my daughter have GC together. She's one of the kids' Q I've wanted. If my wife gets a really, really good score or wins dessert, boys, you can write me out. I am done for the day. We can't do well together. So this is a contest that was really funny. So we're humming along, doing well. We get a chicken call. We get a rib call. I'm sitting there going, great, they're going to do dessert after, so maybe I can win and knock her out.
Right.
They stop it in the middle. They have intermission to do dessert between it.
Oh,
She
no.
wins dessert. I look at him. You can hear him on the camera going, well, our day is done.
Our day's done.
I was like, who the hell stops it and does this? I was like, it's like they're messing with me or something.
Wow.
We ended up getting third in pork after that. I was like, man, we're going to buck the gods, the lucky gods or whatever. and then all of a sudden we pull that fantastic 26 brisket.
Wow. How many teams was there?
34.
34. Good Lord.
So,
one time in Kentucky, I saw Jordan hit a couple of bad tables. Yeah.
So, Wes, were the other 8 teams on the same table?
No, there was one other one that was on the table with me, and the other 2 were off different categories, but the same
table.
9, 6, 7. It showed that it said bland, dry, and uneven or unknown flavor. That was the 3 boxes that were checked, and it had the same handwriting, same everything.
Oh.
And again, guys, I'm not outing this. I didn't say which judge number. I'm just telling you what it said. And then you're like, you didn't have that kind of barbecue all day. Come on.
Wow. That's terrible. Right.
So we're going to get it fixed. We have to, because if we don't, again, we're going to fight our butts off to get 15 teams to a comp.
Yeah.
And we're already fighting. We've got contests now that I don't organize it, but I help the organizer try to get teams there.
Right.
And we fought to get 17. And I told a guy this past weekend, I said, that has gone now from a KCBS that is going to be switching over to CBA because KCBS won't support it. Not KCBS, the sanctioning body, the teams.
Right.
It's like, well, if you won't support it, we can't get you. We're going to have to go and try to draw Texas teams. And hopefully we get 25.
Right. So, Blake, you was talking about earlier.
Has KCBS, do you know of, always been a word description to a number?
As far as I know, yes. It's
okay.
Always,
Let's talk.
Where's he at?
Yeah, let's talk about Blake here. So Blake says 6 is fair, 7 is good, 8 is very good, 9 is excellent. Now I'm going to bring up the next one. Let's pause right there. Look at what he's posted. Now look at this. Below a 6 is deemed inedible. So I mean,
6 I think is a 2, and again I'm going to default back to Blake because he is a master judge.
Right.
I think a 2 or a 1, and I don't know if the 2 is still there, but I know one of them is inedible, and I don't remember if it's 2 or 1.
Yeah, he just says below a 6 is inedible. Is deemed inedible. So I mean, it's just, dang man. Like I mean, a 6 has got to be pretty dadgum horrible. Like
Wes, you got a 6 in what category? Brisket, but in what, tenderness?
Yeah, it was in taste.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm telling you right now, like jokingly, my wife is like, you have never pulled a brisket that good off that spit. It was fantastic.
Wow.
But I mean, again, you got 3 other teams. I keep saying I won't say names. You got 3 other teams that I put them in very high regard, and they pulled a 9, 6, 7. And there was scores lower, and there was some a little higher. And it's like, man, I think we can all agree a 6 in KCBS is damn good.
Right.
You would ruin that person's.
Right. Wow.
1 is a DQ, 2 is inedible. Thank you, Derek.
Yeah. Wow.
Thanks, Blake.
That is absolutely crazy.
So there is no 5, 4, and 3. They took that out.
Okay. Wow.
So I do like the 4 number of the things you guys have. That needs to be where, and if you get disqualified or whatever that is, or it's not cooked right, that is what it is. Man, just 4 numbers.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. Make it simple. And I really wonder, I really like kind of what CBA has done. What's a number? What do they rate a number to? 9, this, that, right? I mean, but if it's laid out in front of you, well, is it poor? Is it fair? Is it good? Or is it excellent? I mean, or, that to me would be like, man, this is this is very good. Okay. They're not speculating on what a number should be. So I really think that helps give maybe the judge that's not as trained as somebody that's Blake was obviously, I mean, he's obviously a very good judge, right? And he would know what he's doing. So, but you have some people that may not. Like, okay, what should I score? Is this a 6? What's the difference between a 6 and a 7? Well, in CBA, it's going to be, the difference between poor and good. Yeah. So, or 7, 8. Yes, yeah, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, and to me, I mean, I just think it kind of helps a judge understand it a little bit better. You know, they're trying to put something into words what that number is. So,
yeah. And I see Jordan's comment coming up here. If I haven't told you guys, go to CarMax. They have the best service you will ever get. The hell with Kirkpatrick Motorsports. CarMax is where you want to get the best deal.
Oh gosh. Talking the category.
No, it's the whole.
Give it a word. Just a word.
Just a word.
Just kind of put a summary on all of this. KCBS, I love them. I only cook KCBS. I don't know. That was my first passion when I got into it. I'm going to stick with it. I believe they're going to fix this. I do know that over the years there's been some issues. It was supposed to get fixed. That's all I care about. I finally made a post because it's frustrating. I see this. We drive. I have always been nervous to drive, 10, 11 hours. I go to the Royal because to me that's the greatest contest in the world.
Right.
I love the Royal. And you go there and you don't do well, you might, well, man, there's the best of the best are there. But I won't go too far out because, man, that is a long drive home and you get on a crappy table. Or if you go that barbecue and you get dinged, man, I can live with that. When you do well and it's just because it was something that could have been fixed, that is all I'm saying. If we can fix it, let's fix it. And
Mike, can you go back one comment before Troy Longs? So Wes, Micah has a good point here. So there is a drop score. Did you have a lot of bad scores on that table, or just that one judge gave you the crappy scores?
There wasn't as bad as that. That was the drop score. But here's what you got to understand: if you don't have that bad score, then that could have been a better score. You flip that. And then the next one's your drop, and you go up 10 spots, and you win a contest. So even though we're doing one, this is too expensive, and this is too tight to be having one person say, "Well, we don't really care if they know what they're doing. They're a drop score." Well, we can't afford to have a bad drop score. That's right. We need a average to a decent score to be a drop score, and it raises you up. So I get people stay on that, but. We don't need that. And again, there are a lot of stuff. Look, I have deserved a 967 many times, and I've never bitched about it. But not on some of the teams that got this. And it's just like, man, some people may get and be like, well, he's complaining or he's whining about, one. No, I see it over all the contests. I don't have to be there and I can see it. And it's got to get fixed. And, you get these tables like, man, I hit this table. We need to stop. We don't ever need to have any more. Well, I hit this table and it costs me.
Right.
They need to be as equal as they can be, and the best team wins.
That's right. 100%. Okay.
David has a good point.
Here's a question. Do you feel the scores have been too high over the last few years? Too many 180s and 700s?
Great point. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Travis.
Yeah. See, it seemed like something happened about 3 years ago, maybe 4 tops, that all of a sudden there's some things in KCBS might have changed, and it might have been before Rod, it might have been, whatever, that all of a sudden it was like multiple 700s out of the gate. Boom. Just that was, it was like day and night, just multiple 700s and 180s coming out of the gate. I just wondered when I asked you about the numbers and the description, did something happen on KCBS's end in the last 4 years to help to change that on the backside of the way they're scoring it now, or judging or looking at something where you get these all of a sudden you get multiple 700s in a day where you used to maybe get just one.
God, do you remember when the 700 happened, Aaron? I know you remember when they were rare, man.
Yeah.
They're very rare.
It was like, they didn't have the newsletter go out because it was like 1 or 2 people. And it was like, man, did you hear about so-and-so getting 700? I was at a contest this year where the top 10 was 700.
Wow.
And that was my 4th, where I was 708, 4th place. We don't complain about those as much. Of course, I'm being realistic with you, but it is a problem.
Right.
When you got 700s and there's people getting 715s and 716s, man, it's a little bit of a problem.
Yeah.
When I did on the Banjo Q Cook Conference, I think is now no longer going. They're in Evans, Georgia. I hope it does. That's a wonderful cook-off. So the first day, this is 21, I believe. The first day, people got murdered on scores. It was terrible. Maybe 1/700 of the entire four categories. So the reps went in and kind of chewed the judges' asses, right? Like, hey, you guys are not scoring these cook-offs right. Day two, man, there was like 15 180s in each meat category, right? And I have to admit, they gave me a perfect 180 pork butt. I got first place, but there was like 9 perfect 180 pork butts in that cook-off on day two. But day one, there were 0, same judges. So there may be too many 180s, but it's a good thing the reps are paying attention. Like, hey, you guys are kind of underscoring these cooks. But then, good Lord, what happened day two? There was, out of 4 categories, 60 180s. So I guess you kind of have a double-edged sword on that whenever you counsel your judges.
And I don't know the answer to that. I don't know how to fix that. I guess you can say I would rather them err to the side of a 700 than a 660 or a 955 or an 865 or whatever. But my point of my first contest we ever won, I won that contest with a 682. The reserve had a 681, and we put 9 points on the field from third place. So, and that was a good score. A 682 now, you're a lap down. You're down Wall Street.
Yeah. Let's see. My mom was a master judge for 30 years. But Vicky judges came in and would give 8 and 7s on presentations. It's only a small percentage, but in the long run, it counts a lot.
You bet.
Yeah, you got it. I mean, those are the free points that you're counting for, and they can reboot your connection. Yeah, okay. That's what Jordan's saying.
I will say this: on that post, it's gotten a lot of attention. Somebody mentioned that appearance just doesn't get the amount that it needs. It doesn't get the share. It does need to be more. We'll make the boxes better. That is something we can 100% affect, and we know when it goes in. You're like, hey, that is a 9. I think appearance should score more or should be weighted more.
Right.
These are things that we can't change. We can have it. Let's fix one thing before we try to jump to that. But in my opinion, I think appearance should be weighted a little more than something. Not more than the other two, but a little more than it is weighted now.
Because you can control the appearance.
That's right.
That's
100%. Right. I agree.
I know there's a lot of people about judges, what they to have.
So Christy's one of those. Again, she does some repping and she knows her stuff as she does with judges, and she sees it, man. When she speaks, you want to listen to her.
Yeah.
And I see Luke Darnell, and you don't listen to him. Other than that,
Wes Traylor's all 9s in appearance.
And congratulations, Luke, on your RGC. It took a judge, and it took that table for you to get it. You're welcome.
Yeah. Hey, let me throw this out there. Say I know they have to track these judges' scores, but say you have a judge that is repeatedly doing this. It seems like to me they could go, okay, well, this judge scored a 9, a 7, a 7, a 9, a 7, a 6, consistently giving low scores just across the board at say 5, 6, 7 competitions. Seems like to me something should hey, we're going to give you a timeout. We're going to put you back through training. I mean, if somebody's inherently doing that, they know that's going to hurt a cook. It's going to hurt 6 people on a table if they're doing it consistently across that table. It seems like to me that would be very easy to come back, take a look at each judge's scores, put them in a computer and see what they're doing. Well, look at this judge. They're pretty consistent. This judge, pretty consistent. They're not beating up somebody, but this judge right here is doing 977, 976, 987, consistently when everybody else on that table is kind of giving 998s, 999s, 999s, 998, and then you got this judge doing a 976 or a 987. Consistently like that, I mean, to me, it seems like with computers nowadays, it would not be hard to throw that in some kind of sheet and figure out what the heck is going on and boot them.
Yeah, and Mike, you're speaking the gospel. There are some that do get I guess you can see rung up, and they can say, "Hey, look, we're looking at this," or if somebody brings it to their attention, they can go through and do the J Cup, do some additional training, and if it stays that level, and the thing is this, they want to look at it and say, "Hey, is the table scoring where they're scoring?" So maybe they did get bad food, because I tell everybody this, and I have preached this forever. People can look at the tables. You got some cooks out there like, well, I won my table and I was 50th, and I won my table, or I was fifth on my table and I was seventh. There is such thing as having a table full of crappy barbecue, and you were just the best of the crappy.
Yeah.
And there is a such thing as getting fifth or sixth on the table and still getting a top 10 call, because you may have been sixth, but you still had damn good barbecue. Don't worry about the tables. Worry about, I think worry about the averages. They want to look at that judge and say, hey, they may have scored a 7.66, but was it consistent with the rest of the judges?
Right, exactly.
Or if there was a 7.66 and everybody else had 9.98s, 9.99s, 9.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Then that judge needs to be
flagged.
Flagged, educated. If it continues to happen, that judge needs to go watch a NASCAR race, go boating, go.
That's right. That's right. And that's what I'm talking. And Christy just posted this. I'm not sure what KCBS does, but I keep a spreadsheet of all my contests, and I do not invite those judges back.
Beautiful.
There's the answer right there. You've got a rep that can look at this and go, wait a minute, okay, the first time you can see it, you can flag them. You can let them come in. I'm going to watch this judge, right? When that judge comes in and it does it again, and you brought it up, if all the judges are kind of scoring close to the same, it was just not a bunch of good barbecue on the table that day. But if you're right, if you got 999, 999, 988, 998, and 989, and then all of a sudden you got somebody that's doing a 977 or an 889, okay, why? How come that judge couldn't see the same stuff that was going on over here? Especially when it's a big difference. You start throwing sevens out there, you're done. You get a 7, it's over. And if that's consistent when nobody else on that table gave that, then that's a flag. Okay, we're going to flag this judge.
Yeah.
We're not even going to say nothing. We're going to go see what they do again. Oh, they did it again. Well, now that's 2 cook-offs that they've done it to, and both times all the other judges was really good, and this one killed you. Now it's time to pull this cat around to the side and say, look, here's what's fixing to happen. You're going to go back to school, or you're going to learn how to do this, because we've been monitoring your scores, and they're not even close to what everybody else is scoring. So either that, or you can quit being a judge, because like you said earlier, it's a whole lot easier getting a judge to sit down and want to eat barbecue than it is trying to find a dadgum team that's going to go spend $50,000, $60,000 for a rig to get out there and spend $1,500 to $2,000 to go cook a dadgum cook-off and get disgraced because you got somebody that's going to kill them.
Mike, so we never talked about how the KCBS judges are fixed. Not like Texas, Louisiana, they're not drawn from the streets. These judges in KCBS have to go log in. They have to log into a portal. And then the rep of that event will pick the judges from that portal to come in. So that's how come they can actually track these judges on how they're scoring. Keep in mind, these KCBS judges are like us as a cooker. They travel around the circuit so they can go judge these events. So that's how come they can actually keep up with these judges on how they score with the scoring track system.
I think a simple fix right off the get-go is do what I just said. Go in, pull them up, pull the history of everybody, match them up to see how they've done against other people on a table. And Wes, you're right. If it all was kind of a little bit low, well, the food wasn't good on that table, and that's what I deserved. I'm fine if I have a group of judges that beat me up, but I don't want to get beat up by one judge. Plain and simple.
You can go back and you can see Luke made a comment. You may have highlighted it. He said the table. I don't think I set the table in here. I'm trying not to, but people know it was talked about. Like, oh my God,
it's always 646. It always is. It's always 646.
It seems like it. It's maybe that is the thing. But look, there is an opportunity, and what this is creating is an opportunity for other sanctioning bodies to come in and take market share. And I know you guys at BCA and your IBCBAs and CBAs and whatever, all your BAs that you guys have created, You guys are growing off of the decline of some of this KCBS stuff, and it hurts my heart because, again, I am true blue KCBS. I want to stick with them until I sell that trailer and I don't cook anymore. But I'm telling you, this is creating a problem. And I know that people say, well, we've got our own judges and they're all, they're qualified and they're that sometimes is causing a problem because of this.
Yeah.
So
I got to say this real quick. So my wife, she helps run the tables in BCA competitions. And since you're in Mississippi, I want you to stroll your little butt over to Bunkie, Louisiana. And come on over there and cook a BCA competition with us.
It's only a 3-hour drive.
Yeah, but she helps in the judging area. She runs all the tables. She does everything. She helps with everything.
Let me just see.
And she always gets a kick. She always gets a kick out of the person that comes rolling up in there. She's got her KCBS patch on. I'm a certified KCBS judge. You know what my wife will tell them? This ain't KCBS. So you take that judge, that badge, and you can throw it out the window. We don't care. This is how you're going to judge. This is what you're going to do, and it's completely different than what you see from KCBS. You know, you're not picking it up. You're not judging tenderness the same. You're just going to judge good barbecue. And, so, and she'll tell them right up front, So, and you're right. Sometimes these people just feel like, I am a certified KCBS judge, and I swear they know more about barbecue. They have forgotten more about barbecue. A lot of them, I feel like, that are that away. They have forgotten more about barbecue than you, me, Lee, Aaron, Jordan, Fred Robles, or anybody will ever even know. They're in a league of their own.
We're going to have that conversation in the backstage because if we open up that Pandora's box, we got another hour.
I know.
It's 9.5 hours to Bunkie.
That's it.
So,
that's it.
Let's do it.
That's it. I don't cook a ton of other sanctioned bodies. However, I just saw some teams complaining about judging from another organization they got there and how they got the shaft. I personally believe scoring will always be what it is, simply because you're dealing with humans. Exactly right. Prime example, I heard a cook say what they think tomorrow after hitting a bad table at a double. Day 2, he pounded the food with cayenne. You can't control what certain individuals do.
That's true.
I mean, it's always true. It's subject. It's 100% subject to the judge, and that's the thing. It's just my question to fix it is, if you have somebody that's consistently throwing bad stuff out there or throwing low scores out there, it is an easy thing to find. It is an easy thing to track. And maybe if that's the case, they could do something about that and stop that. That's the first place you start.
Do you think maybe the people who are not trained, bring them off the streets or have them do one-day certification, come in and be a judge, will score you better than a master judge?
I don't know. That's a great question, though. That I would like to see. I told you there's some pilot things going on that I'll let the brass at KCBS talk about when they cascade that out. I would like to see them maybe run. Let's do a month of chip draw in this region, and that's all that's going to happen. Let's do a month of table averages and a month of something else, and let's test it. Let's do something to see, did it level out and did we have these tables? We have to get proactive. And here's my whole thing is we, as an organizing body, we have to stop talking about it and start actually doing it. Yeah. And again, I am a big proponent of this board and this regime of getting it done. The past, maybe not so much. We got to get it done now. It's time to start talking about it because I'm telling you, we are fighting our butts off to get 25 teams at these contests. And we're all you guys see all the posts every week now.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, we've got 15. We got 4 days to get. Did y'all ever remember that? I've never seen that in the last year and a half.
And in Texas, we don't see that. Most of our competitions are always 25 plus teams easily. Average is probably 30, 35. So, I don't know. I mean, it's just, Jordan's right. You're never going to have perfect judging. And I 100% agree with that. But I think there's little things that you can do to find. You can do the tally sheet to look if you have a judge that's scoring lower on a table than everybody else consistently for 2, maybe 3 cook-offs. Then I think it's time to pull that judge aside, because all it takes is one bad judge to mess it up. And if you catch that judge and you've had 3 good tables, 3 good walks, and you get murdered on one, it's going to make you upset. It's going to make you pretty up. It's going to make you, like, dang, really? I mean, I think that's the easiest way to kind of fix it. Let's look at the judging. If you have one bad apple in there that's doing it time and time again, it's not real fair to a cook.
It's not.
I'm just saying, and that would be an easy fix. You could literally, you think about that. You could literally right now go through all the sheets and take a look. Okay, you can see their scores. Okay, they're all good. Oh, hey, here's anyone that's throwing 6 and 7s out there. Start looking at them and compare it. Okay, how did all the other judges do? Okay, well, they all kind of scored the same. It ain't that. And did it happen just that one time? Okay, it may have just been bad food. But if it consistently happened when you have other people scoring good, that's an easy way, I think, to kind of fix the problem right off the get-go. So, or at least help with the problem. So, anyway.
Never, ever going to be perfect. But we better start making it better.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Because this is a lot of money being spent. You've heard all of us say that multiple times. And just start trying to correct it. Start testing. I don't care if I get hammered somewhere, but if you're testing and say, hey, we're trying to make it better, come do this. You may get killed, but we're trying. I'm okay with that. We can't keep doing the same thing over. Brad can only win so many Team of the Years.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna give you guys. I'm gonna give you a pro tip real quick.
There you go.
All right. Here's your pro tip. Okay. Y'all want to lean into the camera a little bit. I'll tell you how to do this. What you do is, Wes, I'm just telling you, you slide $100 bill underneath that box, right? You slide that 100 in there. If you really want to win, you slide 500s in there. And when those judges come across, I'm just telling you.
But they're only paying 200, so you lose.
Twist the kale to put in the box. I twist those Benjamins, and I just put those in there. I got
that's it. I'm just saying.
I'll
go ahead, Lee.
Win a $1,200.
But at least you walked away. All right, Lee. What was you gonna say?
This is maybe a hard question or a bullshit question, right? Do you think it's better to cook barbecue the way judges are trained on what barbecue should be, taste, feel like, or cook barbecue the way you think you are at that event by pulling people off the street? Which one do you think is a better way or a harder way to cook? Random people off the street, they could be the junior college, it could be the silver-haired people from the library club, or do you rather cook to what people are trained and now you got to dial in on how they're trained to cook?
Well, I'm about to piss off everybody in Louisiana and all of Texas, but I'm going to stare in the camera and say this. I don't care. I got big shoulders. I'll take it. I think it is much harder to cook KCBS than any other sanctioning body out there. And that's not mean they're better cooked, because I mean, you guys from Texas, Louisiana are some of the finest cooks out there. It's just harder because you're cooking for a very sliver of what they want it to be. As to what you guys can cook. I'm not going to call it restaurant quality, but you are cooking a McRib sandwich and you're just putting the bones back in it. You got to have it to where it is just tender, good. That's the way I like it. But yeah, there we go.
I don't think so. I disagree.
Okay. I just think.
Hey, Wes, I do just as good turning like ribs. My ribs are like KCBS tender, and I do just as well in Texas barbecue with that KCBS tender as I do with mushy. Oh yeah, because you're using a fork and a knife, so it's all about the cut. So.
Well, I get that, but and again, I've never cooked any of those, but I have been told by the people that I feel like.
Oh, you've never cooked. Oh, there we go.
He's got some third and fourth party information over here.
Oh, yeah. So it's on him.
I get pushed back, and I'm okay with it.
Oh, shit.
I don't say
where's that shit stirrer sign, Lee? Where's the shit stirrer sign?
You know what?
I mean, because he's talking about something he has no information about.
No idea.
Hey, look,
You know what?
hey,
So
Aaron,
your name is now Wes. Your name is now Jess. It sure in the hell ain't good looking. I know that. At the end of the day, I guess we've got to call you. Where's it at? Where's it?
hey,
Wes.
my
Wes.
first dog has 1 rib and didn't even have bones in his ribs.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Hey, it's sometimes it
Well,
happens, man. I mean,
yeah.
Hey,
It's
Wes.
been a look here.
Wes, let me pay your entry fee to Bunky. It's August 15th, 16th. I'll pay your entry fee. Call Caroline at the Gator Grounds. I'll pay your entry fee. It's a BCA. It's like KCB. It's like IBCA. The scoring is like KCBS. You get comment cards and all that good stuff. Come down to Bunky, Louisiana. I'll pay your entry fee. August 15th, 16th.
August 15th. Let me look at that. Let me
It's a half chicken. It's a half chicken.
Brisket and ribs.
Brisket and ribs.
A half chicken, 7 slices of brisket, and 7 ribs.
I will
Hour and a half
get
in between.
beaches in Kennesaw, Georgia.
Okay, well you're
And I've
lucky.
already paid, unfortunately. But
Okay,
we'll pick another one and we'll
All
do
right.
I've
it.
already got. Well,
that's good. That's
if
fine.
if that doesn't meet a qualifier, bebop over to Louisiana. It's a Jack qualifier automatically. So it's a qualifier for a bung. So come
Yeah.
on over.
Yeah,
And I
Well-
love the fact before we're about to get off here
yeah.
that these guys are like, I think Aaron just side texted me. He's going to whip my ass. I think that's
Who,
Aaron?
my whole point of saying that is it is more difficult to me in my eyes to cook at KCBS because you're cooking it for a certain standard than
Right.
it is just to cook good barbecue. That's my whole point.
yeah.
You know,
Well,
Yeah,
you got to
yeah.
remember also our barbecue. Most of our organizations is you can't taste judge 2 meats back to back. You can do chicken and brisket, but you can't. Or you can do ribs, but you can't do back to back normally on a everyday weekend. So you never know. You may have the jockey team from college football do your chicken, but you may have the Rotary Club come in and do your ribs, and you may have the Red Hat ladies do your brisket.
yeah.
So you never know what you're going to get. So I think it's harder in our style cooking, because you never know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
But instead of cooking to a book, the book says you got to cook it to this, versus cook your own and good luck.
So you think it's easier to cook it to a certain standard? It's got to be you don't have you have a very little window to cook it to get to their tenders they want than it is to throw it in a
Yeah.
box with a plastic fork and let them eat it.
To an unknown, absolutely. You don't know what they want. For
Yeah, 'cause-
KCBS, you know what they want. Now you have to do it. You have to dial in what they want. For
Yeah,
us, we have no idea what they want.
Yeah, we could have somebody 18 years old or 80 years old on the table, and
You
you just
never
don't.
know.
Fair enough. Hey,
You don't know, and that part makes it a little difficult. You don't want to upset them. Is it going to be an older group that day? Well, if it's older, you better be careful if you're putting any kind of heat on it. Or is it going to be a younger crowd? I mean, that part makes it a little bit different because we don't know who the heck we're getting. Now, you're right on one thing. You're right on one
a retirement
thing.
facility on a low sodium diet and craving salt. And
Yeah.
then at the same time they may come out of somewhere and they're just a big sweet tooth. They don't like food. They just want sweets. So I mean, there's a big mix of different people out there. You're just trying to hit your marks and hope your stuff hits. Just like you guys, you're just trying to throw it out there and see if it sticks.
Yeah.
I
Well,
would love to try that off the street stuff, even on the KCBS day. I just want to see how it goes.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I
Well,
think that is why CBA is and IBCA and hell, even BCA. You guys, I don't think you're losing contests. Aren't you kind of growing them?
Yeah. They're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
So they're doing good. Well, look, guys, it's been
it's usually because the board of directors fell apart or something happened.
something like that. Yeah.
makes sense.
They had to move it 1 year or somebody. It's not because they're just tired of the team counts. They always do good with that.
Right.
Sure.
Well, look, it's been a great show tonight. We've had a lot of good topics. I think there's a lot of things that's brought up. And all we're trying to do is just bring awareness, right? That's all we're trying to do is just bring awareness. And if we can bring awareness and get things better, then that's what it's all about. So anyway, well, Wes,
Get me out of here.
I know. Wes, look, man, we really appreciate you being on. We appreciate you really trying to have a voice for the cooks. I mean, you're voicing your concern, and it's not just yours. I know it's a lot of other cooks in KCBS as well. It's not just like, oh, my feelings are hurt and I got beat up. No, it's a lot of people that are like that. And, when you have you're just one that's standing up and making a voice for a bunch of people. And, I mean, and that's what we have to do. I mean, when it hurts, it just keeps on. It's not fun anymore. Then you're right. All of a sudden, you're not going to have nobody there. And if that happens, well, it's not going to be good. But I appreciate
we bitch and complain about those tables and scores too, just as much as everybody else does.
Oh yeah, right. We all do.
We do.
Yeah,
we do.
Yeah.
They all complain. Nobody has the backbone to put it out there. I do care. I want to make our sanctioning body.
That's it.
Phenomenal.
That's it.
I want to make us great. So. If it means I got to get a little hate because I said something, I'm okay with that, man.
That's fine.
So Wes for president, is that what we're talking about?
That's right. It. Yeah, 100%.
Hey, so real quick, Bad Rooster wants to know if you got your barbecue rig cleaned up.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to tell you something. You think I'm kidding? I changed 3 hubs and did all the brakes in the hotel parking lot this week. So it's clean, new brakes, new shoes.
Oh, damn. Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's ready to go, buddy. Hey, we may not win, but damn it, we're going to look good showing.
That's right. Hey, I'm telling you right now, we used to always say it when we were racing. I mean, if you can't look good, if you can't be fast, look good racing. So anyway. All right, buddy. I appreciate it. Thanks, everybody, for being here. I hope everybody be back with us next Tuesday night, 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. I promise you, we're going to have another Barn Burner good show. So be here every Tuesday night, 7 Central, 8 Eastern. Make sure you go hit our like button on Facebook. Like this video. Follow us on Facebook so you'll know to come back. You'll get the notification. And we appreciate y'all being here. Wes, thank you so much for being here tonight with us. And I hope everybody's enjoyed our podcast tonight. Y'all go out there, have a smoking hot week, and we will see y'all next. Oh, I got to close it like I do. Go out there, have a lot of fun.